Gentleman from Maryland.
And I yield the gentleman from New York 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Gentleman is recognized.
Thank you to the ranking member. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in opposition to this bill, which is simply an attempt by House Republicans to intimidate judges who issue rulings that they simply don't like. My colleagues concede that it is the Supreme Court which determines what the law is. Well, in today's modern age, how do you get to the Supreme Court? You go first through the district court, then through the appeals court, and then up to the Supreme Court. Now, there are many complaints that takes too long. I agree, but we're citing rulings on the other side of the aisle of Supreme Court rulings on these very nationwide injunctions within a few weeks. And even former Speaker Newt Gingrich, the Republican star witness at our committee hearing last week on this topic, conceded that nationwide injunctions are appropriate in some cases. And that's why this bill is not about the substance. It is clear that the House Republicans have completely abdicated their own constitutional duty to be a check and balance on the president. So the only remaining check that is left in our separation of powers is the courts. But it's not enough for my colleagues to hand over all of their own authority to the president. They want to hand over the judiciary branch's authority too. A fundamental principle of our Constitution is that the courts decide what the law is, not Congress and not the president, even if he is elected, which I would note for our friends down at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is true for every single president. My colleagues complain about the high number of nationwide injunctions during the first 3 months of this presidency. Well, rather than blame the judges for that, I've got an idea. Stop breaking the law. This is a bad bill that gets us nowhere other than toward autocracy, and I yield back.
We reserve.
Gentleman from Maryland reserved.